What's up, everybody? Good to be back. Thank you for hanging and supporting. It means a lot. Today I want to talk about something that I really, really love, and I think it's very important, and that is these beautiful sounds on guitar, these lush, beautiful shapes and chords. Now, a lot of times people play the same shapes, and that's fine, but actually if we understand and hear what we're doing, it's quite easy and simple to expand our vocabulary. So I want to talk about that. We're going to start very, very simple, and we're going to try and hear and feel and understand what we're doing so we can kind of push it a little bit forward. So I'll play 3 chords: chord F major, chord A minor, and the chord B flat. So first of all, and again, listening and trying to kind of connect emotionally to the sound, we have this F major, and I'm comparing that to F minor just to hear, okay, so this is the sound of major. I know you know it, but when you're playing, try to kind of hear it and connect to the sounds, because then you will remember things better and then you will be able to recognize that. So F major versus F minor. Okay, so this is major, only 2 fingers, pretty simple. So we have this F major, then we're going to A minor. Everything right now is on the 5th string. A minor, also 2 fingers, 12 and 13 here, and then B flat major. And I can also acknowledge the fact that I'm in the key of F major. I can hear that. Then what's happening harmonically is that we're playing 1, 3, and 4. These numbers refer to the degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or again 1. This is the scale F major. So we have F major, A minor, and B flat. Even if this is a little bit confusing, try to understand and try to hear and absorb the information little by little. So simple, but actually it sounds really nice. Now, for me, the transition between sort of like an exercise or something that you just can check out and making music is oftentimes when there is time and pulse and intention. So I just want to try and play something a little bit in time. So if you want to get the full benefit of this lesson, there's a PDF transcription with tab and notation on my Patreon. There's also a 7-day free trial. You can check it out. Thanks. Very simple, but actually, you know, maybe I can start even imagining a song with just these 3 chords. Now, this is all nice and fun, but I do want to get to these kind of lush sounds. So what I'm going to do is, first step, I'm going to also play these chords here on the 6th string. So I'm going to play these 2 shapes. I'm still going to keep the idea of two notes. So this is F, my F major stays here. My A minor will be on the 5th fret, so just 2 fingers on the 5th fret, on the E string and the G string. And then B flat 6th and 7th fret. So this is B flat major again, 2 fingers. And I'm acknowledging that minor, minor 3, A minor going to B flat. Let's sing the bass. So we have sorry. Right, so this is a good example because I can cut this and be like, I don't want to have any mistakes, but it's nice, right? I mean, we all make mistakes, we all confuse at times, it's totally fine. What is important is for me to be like, wow, I was not focused. Let me make sure I can hear it and sing it. So it's not about always succeeding. It's about understanding when we're doing something wrong, and instead of getting angry or getting frustrated, and we all do, trying to correct, just like a kid playing a game, right? This is the game of learning. So fa la si mol fa la si fa la si, and I'm trying to reinforce again the idea of sound. 1, 3, 4. Okay. So I did one thing, right? I adjusted one thing. Instead of these 2 notes, I played this shape for F major 7. You can play 2, 3, 4. once you start getting into these places of major 7 and extensions, it starts getting really lush. And especially if you have a nice chord progression, which I kind of like this one with the 3 going to the 4. It's very uplifting in a way. So what I'm playing here is F major 7, and I'm playing 8, 10, 9, and 10. These are the fingering, these are the frets. And you can decide it's 4 notes, or you can also play bar here and get that top melody. And what I kind of did maybe one time was a little hammer on. If you wanted to, you can kind of shift between F major 7, 9, which has that note G on top, again melody, to this A. So what happens here, a little hammer on, and I can play to have that melody. So, la, do, do, de. So we're starting to get somewhere, right? It's already not our beginning kind of progression in the sense of colors and sounds. Now again, the good news is once you have these fingering and a little bit of these embellishments, it's really nice to kind of pause, open parentheses for yourself and be like, oh, what happens if I just move this shape, right? Because it's so beautiful, the sound of these chords, even if you just move them around without kind of like any information, almost kind of at random, you can find really nice sounds. Close parentheses. So we have this F major 7, we're going to this A minor, and now I'm going to play a shell chord, A minor 7, to this B flat major 7, also shell. So I'm just adding the G here, which is the 7th, sorry, of A minor, and then I'm adding the A, which is the 7th of B flat major 7. So again, it will sound like this. Now, if you have a guitar, please join me. If you don't, it's totally fine. You can listen in here and try to feel the sounds, and you can kind of almost tell yourself like, okay, 1, 3, 4, and by that learning the information. If you're interested in more ear training, which I'm always very excited about, I have a 5-day free ear training challenge that you can check here or the link below. So try to play it with me. 2, 3, 4. Right, so we're starting to get somewhere. You can always, again, add some more embellishments. You also don't have to. If it's confusing or hard, you can just play the chord as is. It's totally great, and it sounds great. You don't always need to add stuff. The core is a little bit of the motion harmonically, the chords, and kind of like trying to be in some kind of pulse, some kind of groove. Okay, so I'm gonna, instead of this A minor, I'm gonna play this A minor. So just kind of having my finger on the on the 5th fret. You can play all the notes if you wanted to with the 4, but I'm kind of playing these 4. So I have A, G, C, and E, and then I'm going to this shape, which is a favorite shape of mine, which is a B flat major 7, 9 with D in the bass. So that means that it's first inversion. Again, instead of root position, instead of B flat, the name of the chord in the bass, we have the first inversion, which is D. So it's basically this kind of sound. But because we have the 9, it's very lush. Check it out. Right? It starts to be really cool because we can hear how these chords move. What happens if I do this? I actually didn't really like it. It's a cool shape, but I didn't like going back to the 1 again. But I'll show you what I did. I did 1, 3, 4, first inversion, and then I went to this F major 7, which is basically F major 7, 9. It's a nice shape, but I didn't really like it. Let's see if we can have something with maybe a better solution there. like that a little more. Not crazy about the voice leading, but let's see what we can do. So F major 7, A minor 3, B flat first inversion, then going to G minor. Let's play it a couple of times and then find one more tweak there. So cool, so I like that a little more. That was my tweak. So instead of playing this G minor, 3rd fret, just G minor 7, I played this G minor here, G minor 7, 9, and if you would like to add that note on top, that C on top, you get a G minor 9, 11. A lot of numbers, but it's just sound, it's just colors. Let's hear our progression so far. So cool. Let's again go back a little bit and make sure we're understanding what's happening. So we have F major, which is the 1. We have A minor, which is a 3. 1, 2, 3, right? The 3rd degree of F major scale. Then we have B flat, the 4. And then I went to G minor, which is the 2. Let's listen to the bass again. Fa, la, si, sol. Fa, la, si, sol. Sol, fa, la, si, sol. Sorry. So when we hear that kind of rub against the 9, that top note is the A. So, and these are extensions, that 11 and the 9. One more time, listening and telling ourselves the harmonic progression. 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2. Cool. What is important for me here is to see how we can take, again, a simple idea in a key. Example, a major key, the key of F major, and we take the 1, 3, and 4. And we're not trying to kind of like do crazy stuff, but we're trying to, in a truthful way, see the harmonic motion, try to hear it, and then little by little from that motion, I'm trying to add some chords, some shapes that are not crazy, but they're super beautiful. One more step, if you're, again, feeling comfortable with these shapes, is what I was mentioning before, trying to move that. So I'm gonna take just this B flat major over D, this shape, and I can move that, so it will sound like this. What I'm playing here is B flat, A major, G major, right? And it's all first inversion, so it's B flat over D, it's A major over C sharp, and it's G major over B. So we have that motion. Again, you would write it down as B flat slash D, A slash C sharp, and G slash B if you want to write it that way. And the rhythm can be adjusted. I'm kind of playing the same thing, but it can be like anything that you're feeling. I'm kind of in a little slower mood. Etc. One last piece of advice when you're learning shapes and trying to learn new kind of movements, I would say, try to always hit beat 1. Even if we're taking that beginning progression, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So So even there, I would kind of like have beat one as a sacred place, which we're always trying to meet, even in the risk of, or even in a sort of like the expense, if you will, of lifting